Okey McDokey Schmokey. Hey there, folks. Well, the latest thing I'm worried about, because honestly I'm a worrying kind of guy, is that generally by now my sisters have sent me Amazon.ca virtual coupons. Or not coupons, gift cards. It hasn't happened. And so I'm sort of worried, and I know my sister Catherine and her husband Joe are currently visiting my mom back in Summerside, which is awesome, my mom and my brother. It's not so much that I'm desperate for the money, although obviously it'll be nice if it shows up. More importantly, this was really just a springboard for me to talk about one of my perennial issues, which is I'm worried that my sisters forgot me, because I'm super prone to feeling lost, forgotten, neglected, etc. I suppose if I had a different temperament, I would complain. But I don't have that temperament. Also, this is, complaining that you haven't gotten your gift yet is kind of a dick move. That'd not be very Canadian of me. Just the slightest provocation, the feeling of neglect and abandonment will surface. It's never very far from the top of my mind, because that's what my childhood was like. I got forgotten a lot and abandoned. I was talking to my therapist recently about how throughout my childhood, my parents just divested themselves of me. They did less and less for me, and I had to do more and more for myself. And they'd send one of my siblings to come tell me, Mom's not going to make your lunch anymore. I'm not going to pack a lunch for you anymore. You know what that led to? I didn't have lunch throughout elementary school. In fact, I don't think I had lunch on a regular basis throughout the rest of my schooling, come to think of it. I would have not. It's not difficult to put together a PB&J and stick an apple in boxes. They would have. I think because I felt abandoned, and on a deep subconscious level, I took these kind of things to mean essentially that I just wasn't good enough, that there was something wrong with me that meant that I didn't deserve parenting. I know that's a brutally depressing thing, but it's true. However you treat your kids, that is how they will think of themselves. I was treated like I shouldn't be there. I was treated like an inconvenience. They couldn't wait to stop parenting me, stop packing my lunch, stop doing my laundry, stop making supper on certain nights. And what's a kid supposed to think, right? What are you supposed to conclude from that in your egocentric child mind is that it's all about you, and it's because you're not good enough. You're not a good enough child to deserve love and nurturing. They can't get rid of you fast enough. Now, from my adult perspective here at the age of 52, I can see it's just because, my mom was tired. She was 30 when she had me. She had 3 other kids to look after. There was an awful lot of work because she was a full-time teacher and a full-time mom, and that's, too much. But you don't think that way when you're a little kid. You just know that your world just keeps getting colder and colder, and in my case, that meant I just withdrew from reality further and further. I wish I'd complained. I wish I'd kicked up a fuss and said, hey, what about me? Remember? You have 4 kids, not 3. For whatever reason, the basics of my temperament say, just adapt to whatever. Whatever it is, you can't do anything about it. All you can do is adapt to it. That's why I say I'm adaptable to a fault. There's many times in my life where I adapted to something that I really should have fought. I don't think I ever had the self-worth to fight for myself. I never felt like I could get away with that. Like, if you feel like you're barely being tolerated, then you don't rock the boat. In my child's mind, they might just stop putting up with me altogether. And fear of abandonment is the most powerful force in a child's mind, especially mine. Yeah. Here, even as an adult, I can start feeling like I've been forgotten and abandoned and whatnot. Slightest provocation. Someone's late picking me up. Oh, they've forgotten all about me. Greeted someone and they're greeted me back in a way that seems sort of absent and not 100% paying attention. Well, they've given up on me. And I know that in order to get better, I gotta erase these old tapes. I mean, they don't reflect what my life is like now. I have 3 friends who love me dearly, and I love them dearly. I'm not abandoned. In fact, I'm well cared for. All of that stuff is old news. It doesn't represent reality in the slightest. And if I'm to move forward with my mental recovery, I'm going to have to get rid of this outdated garbage. Just cut all ties to my past. That's the only way to put the past in the past, is to let go of it. That way the past isn't sitting with you here in the present. Guess that's all from me for today, folks. I will talk to you nice people again tomorrow. Bye-bye.